Right. So now I think this is the most important organ because it's the most important limitation and poison to a human's life, the opinion organ. Just take this one sentence. All opinions are poison and must be avoided at all costs. Now you're going to say, but what am I without my opinions? My opinions is all I am. Everything about me is my opinions, my beliefs. Opinions are fine. Beliefs are fine. The problem is that with a normal human being, they become fixed, atrophied, like solid stone, heavier than a pyramid to try and knock over. And that's where it goes toxic. That's where it goes poisonous. A fixed opinion. Now, this is where people generally are very, very stuck with trying to comprehend the concept of having an opinion without having an opinion. In other words, an opinion that is very firm, very confident, very certain, and yet ready to change in an instant. That's what we need. We need opinions, but not fixed opinions. But humans always are fixed on their opinions. The reason being is that if you have an opinion, you say, this is what it is, and someone says you're wrong, you say, you've insulted me. You told me I am stupid. No, it's your opinion is stupid. Your information is wrong. Your belief is distorted. Not you're stupid. But you see how humans are, because the attack is on the opinion organ, but since you haven't separated all these parts of yourself into organs, you're taking it as an attack on the totality of your being, your mind, right? Because first it has to enter your mind through your ears and your brain and so on, then to reach down, that information goes in the mind, in the brain, analyzes it, and comes up with an opinion is being challenged, triggers a fragment that says, I'm being told I'm wrong, identified to when you were a child or in school or wherever, when you knew you were right and your parents were wrong and they said you are wrong, how bad that felt and how you felt so stupid being put down, perhaps in front of other people. And so then with that identification, the other fragment comes in, and the attack to the opinion becomes an attack to the whole, to you. So if we separating now and saying, I have an opinion organ, this opinion organ is atrophied, it has some opinions, and it's very holding on very tightly to these opinions. But now this person is saying I'm wrong. It's the same thing of someone coming up and saying, I don't like you. Or they come up and say, I don't like your little pinky finger. Or I don't like your liver. Okay, you don't have to like my liver. What's that got to do with me? Or my little pinky finger is not the one who's talking to you. It's me who's talking to you. I don't like your haircut or whatever. Okay, it's not me. All right. So this is number one. You have to understanding in now taking the opinions, your opinions, as an organ. That is an organ which helps you identify who you are and determine how you're going to live, because you have your opinion of right and wrong. Is it right to blow yourself up and try and kill as many other people as you can in the process? Or is that wrong? Is it right to drive a car into a crowd of people? Or is it wrong? Now, those people, and the many others who are still planning and plotting these atrocities, believe in their opinion this is the absolute right thing to do. Now, as long as they are fixed in that opinion, they will murder as many people as they can. But if their opinion could change to see that, no, actually, this is not true, not what the Quran says, it is completely ludicrous, then maybe they could change their opinion, they wouldn't be such animals. So, in the same principle, you are exactly the same in a different degree. Okay? Your opinions cause you to fight into what I say. Do you know the difference between a monologue and a dialogue? A monologue is basically one person talking to himself, like I'm doing now. I'm talking, it's all me. A dialogue is two people talking to themselves. And it's funny. I mean, years and years I've been saying this. And then a couple of weeks ago, I was out at a Just for Laughs festival in Montreal, huge festival, thousands of people outside. It's beautiful. And I'm sitting on a bench next to a couple. And it was so funny because it was perfect. And I'm just sitting there, so I can hear what they're saying. And the lady says, "Wow, look at all those lights on the balloons." And the man is looking in this direction saying, "No, they're not balloons, they're plexiglass lights." And she's saying, "No, they're balloons." And he's saying, "What are you talking about? Are you crazy? They're not balloons, they're plexiglass lights." And she said, "No, the lights and they're on balloons. The balloons are on light." And they're going on and on like this and getting it. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now she's looking over here. He's looking over there. She's looking up in the sky where they let off a huge long line of balloons, helium balloons with tiny little LED lights on them floating up in the sky over there to the right. He's looking a little bit to the left where there was a stand with beautiful plexiglass made colored lights, street lamps. And the two of them are supposedly having a dialogue, talking to each other, but talking about totally different things, each with the fixed opinion that they are correct and the other one is an idiot or wrong. Until I interjected and I said, "Excuse me, you're looking over there, he's looking over there, you're talking about two totally different things." So now, how many times are you having problems, arguments, discussions, but I'm not sitting there to point out that, well, you're talking about this and the other one's talking about something totally different. Because you each have your opinion about what you're talking about is right. So look for that in arguments. When you're having an argument or when you're observing other people having an argument or a discussion, a dialogue. Two people talking to themselves. It may not be about the entire topic, but it may be parts of the topic. And your opinion that you are correct is also your opinion that the other person knows what you're talking about. See, that's the other part of opinions. You see how opinions are so subtle. It's not just your opinion of if this is good or bad. Your opinion of or belief that the other person knows what you're talking about. And of course, you have the opinion that you know what you're talking about. I was talking to someone, he was telling me about sea turtles and how they lay thousands of eggs, literally thousands of eggs at once. And then what happens when the turtles are hatching and how they're going the wrong way. They go away from the sea and they go this way and that. He's telling me all kinds of stuff. It's absolute rubbish. He was completely certain that he was right. But he was completely wrong. Sea turtles lay 100 eggs, not thousands. At most, the leatherback lays 200 eggs. But he's completely certain. He's got his opinion. If I say you're wrong, he gets very upset. Because it's an attack on him. Are you saying I'm stupid? How can you say I'm stupid? I'm a smart man. I know what I'm talking about. What am I going to say? That you are stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. Right? So, you see, people say things and they defend their opinion because they take, instead of seeing it's my opinion organ that is atrophied with wrong information, they project that to the whole. So that's, why I'm trying to make up this course with the idea of the organs so that you can separate the parts of you that are flawed and the particular organ that is under attack at the moment, or being criticized, or being in control and making a disaster, so that you can work on that organ and not take it personally. Because when you take it personally, so if I say you're wrong about this, your opinion is wrong, and you take that personally, what happens is you shut down and there's no hope in you changing. Your self-esteem gets reduced because subconsciously you may know you're wrong and you're defending being wrong, which is even worse because then you know you're stupid on top of being wrong. And so your self-esteem goes down, and then you have animosity to the other person. Then you have guilt and regret, and then you're saying, oh, I hate people, or I hate this person, or so and so. It leads a whole chain of disasters. But if someone is criticizing you and say, okay, that's my habit. Yeah, you're right. My habit is fixated. Or the pattern I do this could change, even though the habit is good. You're right. Thank you for the better advice. Or you're right. That's my opinion. And who am I? My opinion organ is like a rock. How flexible, how intelligent can a rock be? Not a crystal, a rock. So then, you don't take things personally. You don't get emotionally riled up, emotionally shut down, emotionally destroyed, emotionally off balance. When you say, okay, that's this organ over here, this organ over there, I got to cut that out and massage it a bit and so on. Then you'll find not only do you learn more things, but you have less fights, but most importantly, your own self-esteem, your view of yourself changes, and you become very much stronger emotionally. All right. So opinions are poison. All opinions are poison. Now you say, but without my opinions, how can I live? Right. So this is how I am. You ask me something, I'll tell you very confidently, 100% certain. Absolutely, this is it, completely. Oh, is it that way? Okay, now it's that way, and I'm ready to change. If you can show me that my opinion is incorrect, prove it, and then I'll change. All right? You have to have opinions. Opinions are your roadmap through life. Your opinions are how you make all your decisions, how you behave moment to moment. They're your morals. Your morals are basically opinions of right and wrong. Okay? So it's okay. Have your opinions, yes, but be ready to change them instantly. So how do we do this? Every opinion must be identified and questioned. So at any moment, and the beauty is this is constant, right, throughout your day. So at any moment you believe in something, you can question, can this be another way? All right. Now, I'm not telling you to become a murderer and a terrorist, but this is a very extreme. I like extreme examples because your mind is like a solid rock. I need a very big sledgehammer to break it apart. Okay? So now, think of these asshole terrorists. Okay, excuse me for being blunt, but you have a better word for them. Think how they feel now. You're there talking to Ahmed, and Ahmed says, I'm going to blow myself up and kill 1,000 Israeli infidels. And you're like, why? What did they do to you? Why should you kill anybody? That's wrong. You shouldn't kill. And Ahmed is defending his place very, very strongly. He's a very fixed opinion. This is the right thing to do. Allah has commanded us and this. And you're like, well, actually, I read the Quran and that's a bunch of bullshit. Allah never said to do this. Okay. So you've got two totally different opinions, right? You're fixed in your opinions. Now, what I want you to do is become Ahmed. Think like him. See if you can find validity in being a suicide killer. It's a really extreme example, but he believes that he is right. Obviously, he's been brainwashed by some bigger asshole imam, but he believes it. His opinion is so strong, he's ready to die for his opinion. So you have to think, now, there is a way that I can believe, or a human being can believe anything if conditions are correct. Right? And that's the point of the exercise. The point is to show you how, when you say my opinions are right and I'm going to stick with them, I want you to see how a human being can actually be made to have any kind of fixed opinion if conditions are right. And the more you open your mind to that, that helps loosen up your opinion organ, because it opens, your mind opens to see that opinions are only fixated thoughts. They're not realities. They're not statements of fact. So now I'm going to ask all you women, will you be a prostitute? The guy's offering you $200 to have sex. You don't like the guy, he's an asshole, whatever it is. Will you do that? Okay, no need to send in your answers. We know the answer to that one. Generally, I don't know, maybe there are some prostitutes in the audience. I don't know. But generally, we're talking about nice, good girls. No. Especially family women who have children. Absolutely not. Okay. But now, let's say, God forbid, that you have your 3 children, you're a single mother, your kids are sick, they are hungry, there is no government support, there is no way to get medical care and food without money. And you have no education, there's no job, you have absolutely no other option but to have sex with this guy for him to give you a few $100s, which is going to buy medicine and food for your children so they don't die of illness or starve to death. Will you be a prostitute? I've never met a woman who still said no. Okay. So you see how your opinion is based on circumstances to which you are not in that desperate position. And so you can say, I would never, ever even think of it. It is absolutely out of the question. Totally atrocious. No chance under any circumstances in the universe would I be a prostitute. Would I have sex with some asshole just to get money from him? And here you go. You just saw. Now, oh, well, maybe something you didn't think about. All right. So the point being, fixed opinions are not actually valid or permanent. They are only valid until the situation changes. They're only valid until circumstances are desperate, or until someone who's an absolutely excellent salesman can give you a pitch that's better than the pitch you got to form the opinion you currently have. The stronger your character, the better the salesman has to be to convince you to change your opinion. The weaker your character, the easier you are to manipulate. All right, I'm sure you know people like that. Very weak characters, and you can convince them of anything. Character is kind of the right word, but let's call it formed personality. And adults, of course, you're subject to that, but the best example is children. I was walking once on the street and I saw this mother with a little kid, maybe he's 5, 6 years old, something like that. And she's giving him some food. He says, no, I don't like that. And she said, yes, you do. You love this. And the kid goes, oh, I like it? Okay, I'll take it. It's hilarious. So when we're little, we are being told what we like and what we don't like. And we are forming our opinions because we're so easy to manipulate, because we don't have the experience or the fixated personality to say, no, excuse me, I really don't like that. And I don't want it. Okay? So the stronger your character, the more you can resist other people's influences. You become stronger by realizing how everything about you is merely somebody else's influences at one point in time of your life. All right, so our exercise is pick something totally opposite to what you believe, or someone who has an opinion totally opposite to what you believe, and try to understand it from their point of view. How do you feel? If you are desperate, and that's where they get the poor kids to do these things. If you're totally desperate for life, you have no point, no purpose, no money, you're starving, your family is starving, and you have been raised since birth to be very religious in your particular religion, Not many of them are that violent, thank God. But anyway, God. Okay, yeah, you say thank God. Even if I don't believe in God as such, I say thank God. Okay, see, it's, again, forms of opinions, phrases, your expressions. So in this case of desperation, this teenage boy, who also is a nobody, is just an average nobody in the world, and wants to be famous, and wants to help his family, and wants to get into heaven. And his mind is weak enough that somebody with a strong mind has convinced him to believe that doing this atrocity is the solution to all his problems. Okay? So what I want you to do is take some time to be that person and feel that, yes, it's right to kill people because of his desperation. And women, it's okay to be a prostitute because I love my children and that's how they're going to survive. You see, so I'm trying to get you into very extreme examples of having an experience of understanding an opinion totally opposite to the opinions you have. And you can do this with any opinion, okay, with anything at all. I'm just picking a couple of extreme cases or extreme examples. But that's what you have to do with as many opinions as you have. All right. Now, every opinion you have, I don't like tomatoes. Okay, why? Why don't I like tomatoes? I don't have an allergy. Don't even remember the last time I ate a tomato. Don't really know why. I just don't like them. Okay. Now, I have an opinion which there is no valid reason to have that opinion, which means that I have to taste tomatoes and then try to see, are there different kinds of tomatoes that have different flavors? Some are organic, some are commercially grown. There's the little cherry tomatoes, and there's the big Italian tomatoes. There are all kinds of tomatoes. So I have an opinion I don't like tomatoes. Now, that's first not valid because there's many kinds of tomatoes. Maybe I don't like the commercially grown ones or the hydroponic ones, but I like the cherry tomatoes. So I'd have to try all tomatoes and see what I like and see what I don't. I have to question, to doubt my opinion. So that's what you have to do. That also, in addition to the other exercise, doubt your opinions. You're so certain because your opinion organ is a rock. It's atrophied. It's toxic. Accept that and say, I have to remove this cancer before it destroys my entire life and kills me. It's already killing you. You just don't realize it because you're not watching how your opinions are hindering you. So that's what the exercise is in observing the opinion organ. Have your opinions, be ready to change in an instant. Observe your opinions moment to moment because you're always ruled by your opinions, and then question them. Debate them with yourself. Test them scientifically by tasting tomatoes or whatever it is. I was petrified of diving, going underwater. I love snorkeling. I say, as long as I'm on top close to the air. Diving is crazy. It's yeah, I'm sure it's beautiful, but it's absolutely crazy to dive, to go underwater, breathing out of a bottle with a hose that may leak or break or this or that. Absolutely crazy. So I went diving. I recently went diving. And yeah, you know what? No panic, no fear, no problem. Okay? So this is it. And you have a fear of something that there is no validity to, that's an opinion. Your fears are opinions. You have an opinion that this is dangerous or this is no good or whatever it is. Give it a try. I don't know if I'll dive ever again. But the thing is that I did it. I questioned my opinion and my fear, and I went and dived. Went diving, rather. So, everything you believe, question it, try it, taste it. Please, but with exception, drugs, absolutely not. Alcohol, not. Nothing that is going to harm your body or distort your mind. Murder, also probably not a good thing to try. So obviously, okay, I'm assuming you've got a little common sense, a little bit of a brain, that you're not going to try everything, including the things which are dangerous or destructive to you or somebody else, or harmful in any way. Okay. Also, women, don't really try prostituting yourself. Okay. If you're in that position, please contact me. I'll give you the money. All right. So that's the way to do it. Okay. Question everything. Notice. You even have to begin one step further. Notice your opinions. You see, you're living your life with opinions. You don't even realize you've got fixed opinions about so many things. It's normal. It's a habit. That's why everything is within the habit organ, right? So your opinions are habitual. You will have an opinion and you will respond habitually to that situation with that opinion. Well, if we loosen up our habits and then we work individually to the opinions, we can stop having habitual opinions. Okay? So, okay, work with that. And any questions, we'll take it further with the next talk. Okay?